Okay, well, today's now August 18th, and I don't think I'll get anything done today. It's been raining nonstop all night. It's starting to dry up, even though it might not look like it. This morning, water was literally right up to the very edge at the back there. Right up to almost the wood in that corner. And, of course, everywhere else there, so it's pretty interesting. Of course, the water runs right through the garage door, right from the house. But that's what that sand hill right there is for. That's going to be used to kind of protect that area. And of course, once the roof's up, we're not going to have that issue. But yeah, it's definitely been a lot of rain this year. Most I have ever seen. But I mean, that's good for the trees and the grass, I guess. Oh no, now we gotta go cut the grass. Well, at least someone's having fun. I have no clue what that bird's doing. That's funny. Whoop. Well, here's the planer I picked up. Never really showed it in the last video. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll destroy this planer, trying to do the board sizes that I'm going to be attempting. Also picked up a dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. It was half price. Was going to get the 12-inch DeWalt one, but there's a recall on it. I think it's something to do with the shield. So this guy was half the price. I think it was around the $300 price point. It's made by Mastercraft. 12-inch. We'll see if the reason why I got this guy is for cutting the 6x6s. I will still have to flip them, but it's a little bit bigger than the last one. I do have a 7.25-inch, exact same model pretty much, but very tiny. And I also picked up a small table saw over here. Never even unboxed that guy yet, but yeah, quite a bit of new tools. And I picked up something pretty cool today. Well, I think it's cool. I'll show you guys in a second. Okay. So this isn't the cool thing or cool part, but it's just a standard wood vise. I know it's kind of dark in here, but it's getting to be about 8 p.m. at night. So this is a standard wood vise that was on sale for half price. So still like 40 something bucks. And yeah, I needed something to hold the 6x6s. That's too small. I knew that, but it'd be good for the other boards. But what I picked up, which is completely fluky. Now, believe it or not, I only went to one yard sale all year. And check this out. That is a goodie, made in England, record. And it's a model 52 half-inch D. And that is going to hold the 6x6s perfectly fine. You can see the original tag right there. $5. And that's what the guy would have paid for it. It is a little rusty. It is pretty crusty. But I got it for 15 bucks. So can't go wrong. It is missing a little clip here. I don't know exactly why anyone would use that, but I don't know if there's any major cracks on it or anything like that. But the guy, 15 bucks, yeah. You can see the size of that guy. She is pretty heavy, pretty big, and someone managed to bend that on holding wood at one time. But the idea is it's going to go onto that workbench right there, and I'm going to use it for holding the 6x6s. Well, definitely going to have to trim a little bit for it to fit, but that's not too big of a deal. Don't know where I want to put it yet, but I'm kind of bending that bottom bar, but pretty sure it's going to work out good. It's kind of funny. I was building this, planning to use a wood vise on it, but yeah, she has a quick release, and this is definitely a later model one. It's not no 1920s or 30s or 60s one, because it has little clips here. And I think it's just like a stop that comes out. I really don't know. But yeah, for $15 I paid, I can't go wrong. So basically, I'm just going to have to notch out one of these guys halfway, shove it where I want it, bolt it up, and should make holding those big 6x6s a fair bit easier. So mosquitoes are a little bit crazy. It was just pouring nothing but rain all day. It kind of sucks taking an extra day off work to get stuff done, and nothing but these bastards right here and rain. Well, that's good. I just took a quick peek at her. Even though she's all rusty and crusty everywhere, she still functions. There's like spring steel under here. There's a nail that the guy has as a pin here. Might have to change that. Maybe not. But yeah, this guy here is a little bit bent up. There's a heavy duty spring in there. Well, maybe it's not bent. Maybe that's the way it's just meant to be. I'm just looking before I spend all this time if there's any major cracks. And so far, a little bit of bedding material here. You can see the guy had some kind of material to glue it, stop it from not fitting proper. But yeah, overall it seems to be pretty good. Everything moves. She unlocks, which is a bonus. That saves a lot of time on having to crank it in and out. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be melting that's for sure. 5 years had this mutt puppy to this day. Oh, really? She's oh no, she peed on her leash. Roxy, I had you 5 years and I couldn't train you not to do that. Okay, hybrid mutt puppy, how's that?
She's crazy.
Oh, of course she is. Are you all wolfy today, Poo-Poo?
You want me to take her while you film?
Yeah, I just want to get a minute of her acting like a goofball. Definitely moving too quick to snap any pictures. And I mean, I don't need that end. Okay. Well, those 6x6s are heavy. Yeah, now it's time to go through them and see how many I can use and how many I can't. Just went and picked up a bunch of normal 2x6s and have to get probably 3 more loads. But yeah, those are a little heavy. Not pushing on any hydraulic lines too hard, so it should be good. A little crooked, but eh. Well, this kind of sucks. First one that's pretty bent, that's off by over an inch when I roll it. That kind of sucks. This one's pretty chipped up, and that end one's pretty rotten. Yeah, it looks like this one's a bit bent too, but these are the top ones. I kind of thought I should have sealed the ends on them, but wow, look at the bend on that guy. Can you guys see that? Trying to actually push it off the edge, but it's a little heavy still. There we go. See here. Oh yeah, this one's bent pretty good too. That kind of sucks. Well, I always got uses for them still. Well, it's going to be another warm day. Just dragged this guy outside. It's a little heavy to carry out myself. So the idea is this thing's going to stay out here. I am not going to be bringing it back and forth. I'm just going to bolt it down. I'm going to put some runners underneath it because the heavy weighted boards, I don't need it flipping. I don't know, might work. So I can go up to 6.5 inch. So any boards that are bigger are not going to fit. It doesn't say anywhere about the weight capacity that you could put on it. I'm guessing you go to the machine tips. Makes a lot of wood shavings, but seems to work pretty good. I don't know about doing the 6x6s yet, but I just played around with 2 2x4s. So they came out not too bad. I mean, I could have went a few more times on them, but I was just playing. You can see the ends are squished, broken on these guys. See, it's a little rough still. Definitely could have did a few more passes to catch the whole board, you could say. This one here, I decided to try the edges. And I did a few more passes, but a few spots that are still rough here would have been low spots on the board. But again, these are just scrap boards that I decided to play around with first, just to get to know the machine, you could say. But okay, well, I had no clue, like measurement wise or anything. I just went down and told her smooth because it's not going to matter. Those 6x6 are super heavy. Even these are heavy enough that the machine, you got to catch them or the machine will probably fall over. So the idea is these are going to be the legs. It's going to go under the machine and I'll bolt the machine to these. They're only 2x4s, so they're not going to be the strongest, but I don't know, might be enough to hold the machine. We'll see. Well, it does the 6x6, but whew, is that heavy? So I just got to bolt it down there. It goes through pretty well. Now that it's bolted down, I still got to hold it at the end. Makes a hell of a lot of shavings. Oh yeah, but my back shot, it's not a one-person job, that's for sure. Those guys are very heavy, and they're a little bit over 6x6 right now. Some of them are 7x7s. So the idea is going to be 3 of them per corner. 1 of them on this side, 3 there, 1 on each side of that door, 1 on each side of that. Oh yeah, I got lots to go through. Got cut off that bolt. I already replaced it with another one. Then I gotta start doing the bottom sill. Just show you guys, this is how much water we got in one rainstorm out here. It's quite a bit. That was just dumped out on 2 days ago. So a fair bit of water to deal with, but whew, I could give my back a break after that. Wow. It's high of plus 30 today, or feels like 30. Got the window air conditioner on over there. So far I haven't blown a single breaker, even though this thing's 15 amps, but I'm guessing it only draws 15 under heavy load before it stalls the motor. Gotta watch out where I ash my smoke here. There's a little bit of flammable stuff everywhere. Dry sawdust. Already having some of these boards cracking here, but that's just the bottom plate. That should be okay. Yeah, some of them got sucked in a little tight, you could say, with the bolts. You can see that one's starting to bow in the middle almost. So it's like, huh. Well, these 2 here are done. Nice square. Does a pretty nice finish on it. Very nice finish on it. I know it's in the shade. There we go. Couple split ends. So the idea is only one side I want to be 5.5. The other side I don't care if it's 7. Doesn't really matter, as long as it's fairly smooth. I was playing with the hand planer, thinking I needed a smoother edge to go through this, but there's 2 more of them that I did with the hand planer that I'll do the same way. And then after, I'm going to try putting some of the rough guys up there. You can see some of those are awfully twisty and very rough on the sides and the edges, but I don't know. We'll see. I might have to still use the hand planer. We'll, I guess, have to find out. And I know I'm not filming anything going through here. It's a little bit of a tripping hazard, as you can see. But I do got that shitty camera up there. And other cameras, well, that's probably the closest one, catching this area here. And it's pretty high resolution. So if a fail happens, at least it'll be on camera. That's a little bit of sawdust. That's all the very clean stuff that was on top from the chipper. I got quite a few of those long ass guys there. The problem with all those is it jams up the machine and throws the breaker. But yeah, just did 10 of them. Of course, the girlfriend helped. Some of them we only did on 2 edges because that's all that really matters on the locations. But that's 10 out of 40, so we're 25%. Of course, we did other stuff today. I went and pulled out the old blower there. It's been sitting 6 years without running, and it started up in 3 poles. And I might add, it was sitting outside all winter, or maybe all summer. Yeah, it might have been spring that I threw it in a pile, and you know, didn't matter if rain got in it, still fired up. That's pretty good. Wow, that's a 6x6. Well, a little bit smaller now, but This is a beast of a saw, 12-inch. Picked it up strictly for doing this project. It's like a worm gear drives too. It's not a straight shaft. Got my little cheater jig here set up to push them against. Even though it doesn't look level, that is, put the big level across it. That's 100% level. The saw is screwed down to the table. And other than that, we got our top boards cut, marked out where we're going to put everything. So they're just sitting loose. We drilled them out on the bottom. And yeah, just starting to cut all these down to the right dimension. Okay, well, this weekend, never got all that much done. Only 10 little 6x6s. Also had some other stuff I was doing. These boards cut, and that's pretty much it for the weekend. Definitely planing those boards, cutting them all to length. Took a little bit more time than normal. And some of them are not the 100% the most straight. These guys under here were all the ones we sealed. So I'm going to hope they're going to be better, but I mean, only way to find out is wait and see, I guess, hey? I don't know. No, I see some bends in them. That's for sure. Well, guess I should cut the grass. Guess that's what I'll start with. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy here. Took off the back ramp, just a couple bolts, it's off. And bearings are getting a little bad. They're a little loose. But I'm going to use it to go get some 12-foot boards instead of them sticking 6 feet off the back of my truck. Front folds down there. It'll be a little bit better. Lights don't work. Wiring's all chewed up from going through the bush off-roading. I'll just stick on a set of magnetic lights on the fenders. And I guess go with that. Tires still hold air, but yeah, they're getting a little bit loose. And I'm just going to leave it. Just got to do one trip. It's only about, 80 kilometers, I guess, altogether. Should be okay. I'm not going to overload it. Maybe 30 2x6s, 3 2x10s. So, let me rephrase this. Only a few of them are going to be 12 foot, the 2x10s, and a couple 2x6s. And the rest of them are going to be 8-footers. So it shouldn't be that bad. We'll see. It's going to be about 1,000 pounds of wood only. Well, that's not bad. She made it. I just checked the axles. They're like not even warm. It seems like she's sitting a little lower now. But got some 2x10s. 4 of those guys.
Forgot the most important thing.
Oh, the weed. Yeah. I left my door unlocked just for that purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good smoke, brother.
Yeah. Doing an update. Magnetic lights work good. And yeah, gotta start going through all these 6x6s. Some of them, as you can see, like that top one right there is not really the nicest, but the other ones are all pretty good. But you're all happy now.
I'm always happy.
The first corners went up literally just now. And checked it. In the center there's 3 6x6s in the middle there, and perfectly level. That is just the start of it. The very corners, and then it'll be a full 8-foot. And yes, we're going double 2x6 on the top, so it'll join everything together nice. But time to go inside. Mosquitoes getting a little crazy. I think that's going to be it. Oh, that air compressor is so quiet, so nice. We were able to put in 15 nails on the bottom of this guy, or maybe 15, and all this in the air compressor just turned on. I still got another 2x6 and a few other things to do on this guy, and then we can stand up that wall. It's slightly raining today, a little bit of sprinkle, but but yeah, everything's going good so far. Okay, so it's going pretty good. Had to move over some lines, as you can see by the scribbles. So I like it. Besides one thing, one time when I pulled the trigger, she shot 3 nails in a row, like bang, bang, bang. Don't know what was with that, and it's not in the bump fire mode. That's not even level or square yet. I'm just starting with this side here, and got this up. I'm using only 8-footers. I wish I would have got 16-footers for the bottom, but then trying to stand up the walls, yes, I could use the loader, but no reverse and no brakes, so that'd be kind of dangerous. But these underside blocks here, kind of temporary, but I'll probably leave them. That's just holding the spots together where they join. But once I put the 12-foot one across there, everything should be good. But I'm noticing that it definitely looks like it's going downhill here for some reason. But then you look at this side, it looks higher. So it's just the cement is a little bit low there. So I don't know.
Plate on the bottom is twisted.
Yeah, pushed up a little bit. But no, it looks the opposite. It looks like it's dropping. It looks like this is lower here, this corner.
Yeah, because it's being pushed up right here.
Yeah, it could be. Not too big of a deal. And that's how many nails I'm using on the bottom of the 6x6s. And I'm also using the big GRK, I think they're, yeah, GRKs in certain spots, but that'll be going after. Okay, so I just got that wall pretty straight. Still has a slight bowl there, but I'll have to pull it when I do the next section. Back here, I could technically pull it to that beam, but there's no point of doing that until the next side's up. That's the 6x6 for the center of the building, because there is going to be a beam running straight down the center. There's going to be a post in the middle there, 2 posts on concrete in the center there, post at the end, and a post right here at the 8-foot mark. That's why there's another pole there. And there's going to be a little bit of a separation here. But so far it's going pretty good. Not bad for one day of work anyway, not even a day of work. But we're running out of 6x6s, and that sucks. Last time we spent an entire day, mind you, it was plus 30, and we just planed and trimmed 10 6x6s. So yeah, that kind of sucked a bit. So yeah, it's going pretty good. Someone's hiding off the camera, I see. Well, it gives us a little bit of shade in here anyway. Well, we ran out of 6x6s doing this. Well, we still had 2 left, but yeah, it works. Don't laugh. The lip of the wheelbarrow is the exact same height. Makes it a little bit easier. Just blew the breaker at the last couple inches, but that means that it was probably pressing up a little bit too much. Wheelbarrow could possibly be sinking a little bit, but she's doing a nice job on them. I'm only doing 2 ends on some of them. Some of them, like those, are all done on all 4 edges. Or no, one of them's done on all 4 edges. The other ones were done before, but it works pretty good. And then we got lots of strings here. Make some fire starters out of these, that's for sure. We already kept 1 big garbage bag. I don't know how many more of those we need to keep, but I don't know, it's working pretty good. Well, I think we might have pushed this thing a little hard. She's starting to give a little bit of a burning smell to it, you could say. She just tripped its built-in breaker. It actually tripped it like 5 times already today. But when it trips it, yeah, you could smell she was working a little warm. Now, I'm wondering if it's because I'm not using the vacuum attachment on it. We're just letting the chips fly. Maybe the vacuum would give better cooling because it doesn't seem to really be venting anywhere. This right here on the side of the motor here, you'd think that would be pulling air through, but it doesn't really seem to have any kind of flow. So, I mean, it probably just needs a break. It seems like we could do about, 4 passes, and then it starts to act up. Yeah, it is pretty warm today, so could be why. A little redneck cooling. Even on idle, she blows pretty good. The only place I see that light cool is there's a little bit of a vent there. Stand there for a few minutes. Let her cool down a bit. Might bounce out, but I'm sure it helps. Okay. Potatoes.
This is lettuce and spinach and roses.
And that's all.
That's tomatoes and cucumbers and onions and basil.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few of the tomatoes going on in there, hey?
It'll be a salsa here, that's for sure.
And then this was
Parsnips and melons and broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
melons. Oh yeah, there's quite a few melons in there, hey?
Yeah.
Should I knock your seeds down?
No, please don't. Looks like I gotta come collect them again. That'll be round 3.
Yeah.
Parsnip seeds still die.
This is all your peppers?
And cucumbers.
Cucumbers, yeah. Peppers are doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's why there'll be salsa here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's like 10 on some plants, eh?
Oh, I know.
And that is
Red
cabbage
and cauliflower. I
and
didn't expect much
random
out of
dog prints.
fed this year because it's
A couple mushrooms. Lots of tomatoes.
more tomatoes.
Lots of tomatoes. Yee. We got 2 or 3 big bags of beans we already plucked. A lot of potatoes already. But yeah, the beans and peas, you already plucked them all dry.
Oh gosh, no, there's so much more on there.
Is there?
I'll still be plucking beans for like another 2-3 weeks at least.
Yeah, that was a fair size.
Yeah, well, some of them I'm leaving for seeds, you know.
Nope,
And
don't
then
know.
more melons. And your kohlrabi is back here, but it's not really doing anything. And then the radishes, of course, that I'm letting seed up. The dill is a new addition this year. I have that on both ends.
All the radishes went to seed, all of them, hey?
Well, yeah, that was the
Wow,
idea.
what the fuck's on the bottom of that guy?
What do
So
you mean?
huge.
Oh, there's some peas on there. You
No.
should go pick your peas.
I'm looking at the radish.
Oh, that's just his head, yeah.
All the radish seeds look like peas. Probably wouldn't taste as good. Hey, you took out your stingy plant. Peas are dying off already. Looks a little woody.
What's on there is for seed.
Uh-huh. I can tell.
Yeah?
That's pretty woody.
Oh, I bet. I might pop some of these this year and try and cook them up. I'm told they're
The radish
edible. The radish
pods?
pods, yeah. I'm told they're edible and quite tasty. So.
I don't know. It's kind of weird how they do this, hey? The seeds from radishes. Well, why didn't you pluck out the radishes? Why did you want... Like, that one's like 3 inches round.
They're too woody to eat now.
Yeah, I know
It's not
that.
my fault you don't eat them fast enough. Nobody else likes them.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to pluck my own garden. Okay, well, that's just a little bit of an update. Quick 3-minute garden walk around. What else to show? I guess that's pretty much it, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe some of the stuff in the greenhouse.
No. Oh, still my greenhouse is a mess.
It's a mess. Everything's dry. Okay, I'll shut it off. Okay, so I think I might have overworked the planer, but possibly not, because we're taking off way less than we did before. I just burnt a freaking hole in my bag, I think. But long story short is towards the end, we're able to do, like we used to do a whole beam and, you know, not let it cool down. But now it seems like one cut is fine. The second cut, it seems like it blows the circuit breaker on the device. This little button right there. But, you know, she was so hot that it was pretty hard to even hold my hand on here. And we did hear a weird noise before when we were running it. So I'm wondering if the internal fan blew up. But it does seem to have a little bit of suction here. So hard to say. But I mean, right now... it does seem to be fine. No weird vibrations. So... and again, I do feel a slight suction in here, so I don't know. It could just be that we worked her a little too hard, but it's a thunderstorm watch coming. So I am going to save those wood shavings in there for fire starters. I don't know how many bags we need, but keep a few of them. And other than that, we only got 5 done. Not that I see. We only got 5 of them done today, and a bunch of them only on 2 sides. And one of them only on 3 sides, or 4 sides, and those are on 4 sides. But these all have to be trimmed down. They're all a little bit longer than what we need. But overall, it went pretty good. Using the ones that we sealed with wax, it seems to be a lot straighter, that's for sure. So the ones that we started with that were all warpy, is probably our fault for not sealing the ends. But 6x6s, you think they wouldn't really flex that bad. But so far, there's only 3 of them in that pile down there that I think are not going to be usable. It's now been about 2 hours since we did any planing. I'm going to drag the planer back out here, and that thing's a bitch to move. And we're going to try to do another 6x6, and we're going to find out if the planer just was too hot or what it was. But I've seen some reviews. Some people say after 3 good strong passes they have to wait 45 minutes for it to cool, but we'll see. Would be very nice to get that wall finished next week. Girlfriend also wants to have a grad sale next weekend, so we might do that too. Not too sure yet. But got lots more 6x6s there to try. I don't know if this is going to show up on the camera here, but probably not. No, I'm not going to be able to get a shot of it. Maybe in there. Maybe if I zoom into 5 times here. No. Nope. Yeah, it's not going to focus at that zoom. But yeah, can't really see it, but she's definitely a little black in there. Funny thing is, we just tried it without the extension cord, thin passes, and it started by blowing the breaker in the house twice, and then it blew this guy like 4 times. So it's kind of weird, but I guess it's not rated for 6x6s, but at the same time it was working so good. But she's getting real hot, and I don't see any signs of a fan in there. And actually, when we first came out here, right, it worked good for the first 2 passes, right? Yeah. But it's weird. I don't know. I guess just bring it back. Well, she's going back, so I know it's too late to tell here. But you see the cooling fan here? It has cooling on top. Ooh, weird. She's still hot to the touch, and it's been a couple hours, but cooling on the top, right? I was doing wood that was just about 6 inches, a little bit higher, and believe it or not, the way they got this shell made right here, it blocks this entire top vent. Yeah. So, that is why she failed. Proxy went and sniffed it, and she started sneezing. Does it smell a little burnt, Proxy? It's been 2 hours, and she's... Oh, now you just want to go out there, don't you? Well, we got another planer on order. Of course, it's warranty. And yeah, sounds like that should be in next week, not this week. But 70km/h winds, nothing fell down here, so that's good. Just about to load up the old trailer, and I'm gonna go pick up some 2x6x10s, 2x6x8s, and 2x8x8s. Yeah. Plan is for this weekend to frame the rest of this here. Get all that down. Sure hope that didn't pull out from underneath this piece here. I bet you it did. Nope, it's cut. Okay. I guess it was always just like that. But yeah, we're going to plan to finish framing this, and I'm also going to be putting on all the boards for the tin to melt too. Not sure what gapping I want to do there, but I could go 2x4, but I'm going to do what I always do, is go overkill, and I'm going to go 2x6. Someone's having a fire outside. But yeah, the wood stock, wood piles, they're getting low. Gotta go get more, because all that's gone this weekend. Everything I'm buying is pretty much going to be used up this weekend. So also I got the header boards for the garage door. I already have those here. The ones for there, the ones for here. Should work out pretty good. And it's super windy, that's for sure. And yeah, this is pretty solid. I could give it a little bit of a wiggle. Of course, it's going to move a little bit, but I just got it screwed down. I do need to put in, I bought 7-inch lags, concrete lags, It's going to be the same style as the ones that I got all along there. And those were a little bit shorter, but now I'm going to go 7-inch through. Everywhere there's a mark there is where I got them before. So now there's going to be another one in between. And again, is it overkill? Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I just want to. Why not? I mean, building the whole building, if I spend an extra $1,500 go overkill, might end up being an extra 200 or $2,000 because of the boards on the outside, but I'm not too worried about that. It's definitely going to be overkill. Might get a few more of these guys. Those are 10-inch because I only got 1, 2, 3 here, and then I got 1, 2, 3, and technically that's what's joining it together, other than the top double plate. But once I put my 2x6s going sideways, they will join that together. I don't really want to cover that. I don't know for cold if they have to see where those are, but I guess if I cover them, I cover them. I got pictures before. Well, just unloading another load of wood. Never shouldered it, but and there's some on the truck. Another $700 worth of wood. I got my good stack of 2x6s. Those were awesome shape this time, the 2x6x8s. Got my 2x10s by 12s, 2x6x12s. 2x6x10s were pretty rough, and those are 2x8x8s. They were originally 16 footers because that's all they had. As you can see from the stamping there, had to get them to cut them in half, but I don't know, should be good. That's just for above the doors. And yeah, these guys, the top one doesn't look the most straight, but yeah, those been sitting around quite a while. The 2x6x10s, they're covered in mud, some of them. But the idea is almost everything here is going to get used today. I'll have a couple 8-footers left maybe, but yeah, lots more to get done. Get the what in there?
Very important part of the what we got here.
Went to a grad sale, picked up a bunch of random old stuff. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Goes to a TV. Well, I'll hook it to a camera. New shield for my weed whacker. A whole pile of different brand new levers, reed valves, and they're labeled at least. Disc brakes, brand new Kawasaki 250 cylinder head. Whole pile of sockets. This is kind of interesting.
Need my submarine mask balloon.
I don't want to drop them in there, but
No, I'm gonna put it on top of my picture for now.
Kraken, or
I'm
what?
gonna paint the Kraken on it. Yeah.
Something for draining your blood into with a knife.
How do you know what I'm doing now?
This came out of your Kraken, or your
My
helmet,
Kraken?
the front, I think.
I know it comes out in front. I'm just.
A bunch of tires, all brand new, but of course they've been sitting for a while in the garage. But Enduro tires, some off-road, another Enduro. This one's shot here, I can see that, it's cracked, but studded tires, hell, I can pull the studs out of some of those. Whole stack of tires, I have no idea what they'll fit.
Where's the lid for this?
The lid for?
This.
Oh, I don't even know.
It had a lid.
It did? Did you buy the lid?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under that. It's probably off an ATC 90. I don't really know. It's a little rusty and crusty. This, I don't know why that was in the box, but ATC style recoil rope that actually looks to be, or recoil assembly in good shape. Some random junk in here. Battery box, a coil, Husqvarna 351 recoil, which is in good shape. And yeah, that's off of shocks or front forks. But yeah, paid 40 bucks for everything here. It's not too bad, I guess. But just a local garage, so I don't know what this is, but it was in the box of parts. Airhawk.
Of some kind, maybe?
I have no clue. No, I think that's a pump or something, but okay, time to get back to work. Okay, so this whole wall section went up in less than 3 hours of work. And now we're going to do this section here. I got 2 poles cut to length there. 2 poles cut to length there. Those are for the openings here. I was going to go 6x6 on each side of that, but you know something, this is non-load bearing. Still going to have a 6x6 right there in the middle. Planning to copy the corners here, so 3 6x6s here, but I don't have enough because the planer isn't in stock yet. Freaking squirrel, where'd he go? But so far everything's pretty good. Grasshopper, crickets, but yeah, that's a good solid chunk of wood there. They're not exactly planed perfectly. There's a gap in between because they're not 100% straight, but I preferred to leave the gap up there instead of trying to make them look straight. Right now I got 3 10-inch long screws there. I'm going to add more later, and of course we're going to have the 2x6s across the wall to hold the metal is going to actually continue up the end of this. One of them is going to go over 1.5 inches, but that'll be coming back this way. But overall it's pretty straight. It's pretty straight. Passes the level test. Before I put my boards across here, I do gotta pull a string corner to corner and see how square we are. I think it makes sense to try to do that before we put on all the material. But they're both level, so they should be pretty square. The other thing we got to do is start going through some of this hoard. We got to collect some seeds, a few other things. Oh, do we got a visitor? I don't know. But we want to start collecting these before they open. Just going to wait a little bit longer. So we're going to start picking out the seeds because there's 25 or so seeds in each of these guys, because these are kind of trees that we want to grow in the greenhouse. We went and picked up 3 ice cream pails worth of acorns, oak nuts, I guess. And yeah, picking up our seeds slowly, but I kind of like the idea of sticking to what's in the yard, because it's easy to get. In this yard so far I only found 2 oak trees, and we did get 4 seeds off one, so not enough really, but I mean it's a start. Okay, well, I'm going to pull out the air compressor, the air nailer, and start getting going on this guy. I'm just making an update here. Are you going to go put something in the hole? Better not fall on my head. A random rock? I mean, you meant to put something better in there.
Don't hit the rock with the screws.
So I'm going to 2x10, 2x6, 2x10, and then there'll be another 2x6 on the outside. Also, there's going to be a 6x6 here, a 2x6 here, and then another pressure treated 2x6 will overlap everything, and the same idea on that side. I think it'll be strong enough. Okay, might as well do a little bit of an update here. I just threw up the back wall in between doing a bunch of other grad sewing and other random stuff. I don't know, it's going pretty good. Got to tackle this guy tomorrow here. Oh, that's a non-load bearing, so the header board's just going to be screwed in place there. Of course, a little bit too short there. Should have left this one a little bit extended. Everything's nicely overlapping. That guy there, I wish I could have arranged it where those were longer, but that's 8 feet from the wall. And yeah, long story short is I should have used a 10 foot, but I never had one, so and that's 12 feet from that way roughly, but it's going pretty good. Work on that opening tomorrow. I still got the 2 6x6s there. They will go in place, and again, that's just my expansion port, you could say. Oh, it's now Sunday night, and we got pretty much all the framing done. Now this here, I'm not cutting out this bottom plate, but got my 2x8s up there. I got my 6x6s, 2x6 on each side of it, right down to the bottom. 6x6s, some of them are a little bent, so that's slightly a little wavy, but I mean, all that can be adjusted however I make this door. But for this year, this isn't going to be a door. I am now going to frame across here, just continue the 24 on center pattern, and it's just like this for when I decide I'm going to build on, that I can open up this wall with ease because it is a load bearing. But other than that, everything is done. She's square, she's straight. Oh, I got some shade for once here, and I'm stepping on whatever that is. But yeah, going pretty good. Well, you guys asked what I'm going to do in a greenhouse that I'm building, and that's what it starts off like. That's what it ends with. Chewy! But yeah, these are all oak seeds, acorns, some green ones, and yeah. I don't know how many I have here, but all I know is that I'm going to need probably about double this, because we plan to hopefully get 5,000 trees, and that's not including the pine, like the needled trees. We plan to do another 2,500 of those, but the goal is to get close to 5,000 to 10,000 trees growing in a greenhouse for resale. But yeah, it's quite a bit of work showing them. Couple worms, couple spiders, have to float test them, and go from there. But lots of work. Okay, so I just drilled all the concrete out and put it in a couple more legs here, just ready to pound them in. Sure glad I got that DeWalt SDS Plus 20 volt, worked great. But yeah, putting in a few more. Everywhere there's a mark there. The black spray paint means there's one underneath, which goes to the pressure treat. So I'm not going to overkill with them up top here. Ah, we forgot a spot. Okay. But now we just give them a smack down with the hammer as low as they go, crank them tight, and everything should be good. Already the building's rock solid, but you know, going to do this anyway. Otherwise, the only thing holding them together is the 2.5-inch screws. And there's a lot of 2.5-inch screws, like probably a couple hundred holding the building down, but I definitely want to put a couple legs also. Sucks putting in all these bolts here. There's a poop in there. Or was. See the puppy. Are you hiding? Oops. See da. You hiding? The one dog that never ends up on my channel. You going to take a poop right there, aren't you? I don't know why I don't put that dog on my channel very much. Got that one on my birthday like 4 years ago. Say the puppy. But just a farm mutt.
She's not just a farm mutt, she's a smart puppy.
She is a $50 farm mutt.
She may be a $50 farm mutt, but she's still a smart puppy and a good girl.
Okay, so those are lag bolts I'm using. The drill literally only takes like, I don't know, not even a minute per hole, maybe 30 seconds. And these guys here, all you do is you just whack them at the top, make sure you don't hit the nut. Knock them down until they bottom out. It gets a little tight at the bottom, but that's because it's actually locking up. Oh, I just bent that one. Normally I'm not holding the camera, but put a little lip on it there, but tighten it up after. I need to get my long extension because it's a little hard with the short one. I also got a wrench, ratcheting one, but decided I'm going to put in 4 more of them, might as well. All I had is 19 of them, the longer ones I saw the store had. I got lots of the short ones, but yeah. Not going to double them up here because I don't have enough, but this back wall is going to have quite a few extra. Putting one there, one there, one there. And after that, I still am putting metal plating across this whole section here, on the outside and on the inside. Well, everywhere there's a 6x6. So that'll take a bit longer. I might have to take the hand planer to certain sections to level it off a bit. Well, I was going to quit for today, but decided might as well start putting on some of the 2x6, which we're going quite a few of them here. A little overkill, but hey, I know it won't fall down. Well, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Just thought I'd do a little bit of some of the metal hold downs, you could say, purlins or whatever you call them. Right there, I purposely left that cut out because that's going to go up to the peak. It'll screw into there. One will go on the inside also, and that's going to brace it up. But okay, well, I think since the last video, that's really all I did. But whew. Huh. Looks like a ladder. Well, I'm thinking I can actually, when I do the rooftop, I can hook scaffolding hooks into there, come out to a ladder with some 2x10s. Might be a little sketchy, but eh. Huh. Looks like someone was planning out their shelving for the greenhouse area. Even where the poles are going to go. It's kind of funny. Has to see it in person. And these aisles should be walkable. But yeah, that's going to be where it's going. And I'm off to go buy some scaffolding. I was going to rent it, but hell no. Not at the price. Might as well just buy it. This pole was crooked when we put it in. It is kind of noticeable, but it's cut to the right length. We'll just hope she don't split. We'll see. But the idea is possibly to get the rest of the framing this weekend done. I really doubt we'll get that far because we don't have a planer because it's not in stock yet. We're getting warranty replacements on it because she burnt up. But I do got the hand planer, so I might spend a day playing around with that and might get a few of them done. We'll see. I can always frame, planning to put in the 6x6s later, but I like to use the GRK bolts, screws from each corner to keep them from moving. And of course we also use the big 10-inch. But I don't know what's going to get done this weekend. It might be a waste of a weekend. We'll see. Whew. What a shit show this was trying to find these scaffolding. They didn't know what size poles, they didn't have the brackets, they never had the pins. Well, the pins ended up finding they're sitting over there. I wanted a 5-foot square section, and then I wanted a 3-foot. They said they never had them. I go to pick these up, and there's 3-foot ones sitting there, but I still took the bigger ones. I might end up cutting them, welding them, modifying them, or I'll go back and buy the 3-foot. But yeah, that took almost like an hour or something in their yard to try to find the scaffolding. My local penners, you could say, building supply place. But what a hassle. But I got them. You got coffee over the glasses? Huh? So here's where we come for the oak tree seeds. Looks like Yogi has made this his home, so we got to kind of watch out a bit. Big bear poop. Big bear poop there, but no big deal. I got the old
we're not scared
bear special.
They're just friendly.
Mm-hmm. And this is the trees we're going to be growing. Do you guys see this? Look how crazy this tree is. Bur oak trees. So we're going to collect probably 2 ice cream pails worth of seeds. So a lot of them have already fell off, but you can pick them when they're green, and within what, 3 days they'll be dark. So but not too bad. We're a little bit late in the season already, but I literally have a spoke and a camera in my hand. Well, I'll get back to you guys later. You guys don't need to see everything, but yeah, this is the idea. I always loved hunting this area, and I love these trees when I'm hunting. They're so crazy looking, especially when all the leaves fall down. It's a little spooky. But yeah, these trees, you can see, look at the curves on that guy. So cool. Okay, well, I'm not going to continue boring you guys, but this is what all the trees that I'm going to be growing in the greenhouse, what they'll look like once they're, oh, this guy here is probably pushing 15, 20 years old. Well, this is the second batch. This was right full by the time we take them out. That's what we got left, a couple green ones, but give them 2 days, maybe 3 days, and they're going to be dark. And this is some hazelnuts that we took on the way out.
Wild foraged hazelnuts.
Yeah, we just happened to see these right beside the oak tree, and yeah, let's see how they look when you get.
I'm so excited about these.
Are you going to plant them?
Yeah.
So at your
trees.
on, hey.
Yeah, I got 5 of them I planted so far.
Perfect.
Gotta be careful though, because these are not good for the dogs.
No, very toxic to dogs, hazelnuts. As this one's trying to jump up and get them, or steal my chair when I
They're
do.
so sticky though.
Goopy.
Look at.
Oh, I could see it. It's spraying when you do that. Well, it's hard to see here, but those guys right there. And in here, those all passed the float test. And these ones didn't. So, yeah, not too bad, hey? Are you hogging the bone, Proxy? And out of the hazelnut, we got 102 of them that passed the float test. And I believe, what was there, 35 that didn't?
46.
That's not too bad. Well, planer's not going to be back for a few weeks by the looks of it, so we're planing everything by hand. And the old Sears with the 20 horse is getting a little bit of a workout. These guys are heavy. Okay, so I got these done. The table's hating its life right now. So some of them are a little wobbly. You can see what I mean. They have table breaks. But just doing them up on here. Little hand planer. I don't know if we're shorting it out or burning it out, but it's getting a good workout. I took the air compressor like 4 times to it because it keeps on plugging up the vents immediately here. It's due to be done again. But I don't know. Watch when I turn it on. Seems to hesitate a bit, and sometimes it literally shuts off and the switch doesn't work. Let it sit for, I don't know, 5 seconds, it turns back on. And sometimes midway cut, it cuts out. You gotta release the trigger. So I don't know if there's a safety feature or if it's just running hot, but in between boards we do give it a little bit of time. But so we got these 4 here, and I got 7 more that I'm going to do over there still. The other 3 on the left hand side we're not going to do because they are pretty warpy. Probably see the one from here. But yeah, I don't know how many we're going to need yet, but we're just going to process them all.
There's 15 there?
13, 14, 15.
There's 15 there.
13, 14, 15, 16. We need 3 poles, spares. But that poor table, and believe it or not, I'm not going to go under here, but those welds don't look that happy, do they? Yeah, I think this table has a lot of 6x6s on it. Just a few. Hand planer kind of sucks, but I mean, yeah. That's not too bad. That's what, 4 hours of work? Of actual work? Yeah, we'll do one more and then we're going to put these away. Oh, that was a lot more work than I wanted. Some of this we already cleaned up at the beginning, but that's quite a bit. Got what I got there, 9 left, and the 3 on the top are really bad. 6 on the bottom are still usable. They might straighten out, but so much to get done, and it's already what, September 10th? Yeah, I don't think I'm getting no roof on this year, but I don't know. Maybe if I skip a month of work, but we'll see. Hey, Poo Poo. Hey, Seda. Whew. That table never broke overnight, but she is sure on a good angle. Do you see that? Okay, I'll have to go get some more wood, and then we got to cut all these down, and also a bunch of 2x4s. But again, we're hoping today and tomorrow we'll get all that framed up. Still got a slight low spot right there, but it seems to be only ½ an inch, so I think I'll just leave it. Pretty sure when I put my strapping across the roof that you'll never see that. Oh wait, that's a little bit of a load of wood, hey? 25 2x6x8s, 35 2x6x12s, 2 2x10x12s, and 2 2x8x8s. Yeah, it's a little bit of weight here, that's for sure. Well, they're all cut down to length. They're all pretty straight, other than this guy right here is a little crooked, as you can see. I guess so was the other one behind it, but those are the last 2 we did purposely because we knew they weren't the nicest, but they turned out pretty good. We're going to actually seal the ends on these just with linseed oil, I think, because it's going on the greenhouse, because some of them are still fairly wet on the inside like that. Most of them are dry completely, but otherwise they're going to get lots of cracks starting. Linseed oil might make them dry a little bit sooner, but or later, I mean. But yeah, it's a little bit of weight for old Sears. What do you think? Will she pull it? I'm just going to the other side of the pad after, so pretty sure she will. I got most of the weight on the back there. And, oh, Patchy, yeah, most of the weight is definitely on the back because look, there's no weight on the tractor right now. Yeah, I guess there's not enough weight for the Sears. Yeah. No, there's still about 80 pounds there at least of tongue weight. We'll see if she gets traction with my fat ass. Well, it's already Saturday and we don't have anything built. I still got to put down all my bottom boards, line out my wall markings, but this is a headache. Cutting everything to 8 foot. Well, 2 of them are shorter. 2 of them are at 90 and a half. Gave them a little bit of linseed oil on the corners. Now, will this guy even move this? There's, what, 14 of them on there? We'll see. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. So far, so good. A little bit of a hill here. Lower deck going drag. Sucks, I haven't even really cut the grass board in like once. Ooh, it never dragged. Oh, a little bit. I definitely will not be able to make it up if I turn sharp here, but I think I'm kind of wanting to try it because I think I can just put it in reverse and back down the hill. That's all loose right there. Nah, I can't do that. Transmission is still knocking. Not even going to spin. Are you serious? She has a little bit of tongue weight. No, I'm going to be too close. I got to back up, damn it. Well, it moved it, no problem. Okay, so last night I drew out my cheater map on all these here, where the 6x6s are going all the way around. And just getting going. Going to start framing up that wall, this wall. Then we're going to skip the center section, go to the corners here, and then hopefully get this area framed up in the next 3-4 hours. I do got to make a dump run in between, but we'll see what we could get done. The idea is for the end of today to have the top plate, header plate on, the double top sill plates, whatever you call them, and hopefully have it looking kind of like this, but probably won't. We'll see. Well, slowly going up anyway. Right now everything's a little wobbly because there's no bolts in there. Couldn't get any more 7-inch bolts, but see, yeah, she's pretty wobbly right now. And that's the way it's going to go up for today. Start continuing around the corners. Get my double top on. Maybe the header board. Probably won't get the header board maybe done today. It's already Sunday. Took more time planing the 6x6s and getting them all cut down than anything. But, yep. Well, I guess, I don't know how much we'll get done, but we'll see. Well, looks like this is where I'm going to leave it for this weekend. I ended up having to make a load to the dump and go grocery shopping, but not too bad. It's going to be 2 windows there because we'll need some airflow. Still thinking of doing 2 more windows, but I don't think we will. I don't have that many windows to spare, but might do a door there, framing a door anyway. I don't want to put any more windows or anything on the front wall here. polycarbonate's going to be the windows. But we still need, so that's 2 windows to let the air in. We'll probably use 120 volt or 12 volt vent fans to blow the air out from the top after. So it should be okay. Not too sure yet. Well, it's now September 11th today, and last night we got a frost. Garden, pretty much all the plants are dead. It went down cold enough, you could say. So we're just plucking out what we can. Some of it we're going to leave, but again, that's all tomatoes. Yeah, some of the plants are pretty dead. Some of the leaves, some of them might survive, but it's hard to say. All the peppers here, the one bag is just from half of this first aisle, and you can see the bottom leaves are pretty good, but the top ones are just done. So leave on a couple small peppers, see what happens.
Still ripen in the house.
But yeah, that's a lot of peppers, that's for sure. Each plant has what, 5, 6 of them at least, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on that guy. So wow. But yep, that kind of sucks. Oh, Proxy. Is that really cozy? That's not a very good pillow. And sure enough, it just started pouring like crazy. Huh. That really sucks. Right, poo-poo. Yeah, it looks like it already pretty much stopped, but yeah. And it's going to start doing this again. That kind of sucks. Well, it kind of sucks. We get to planer right after we finish doing the planing. Back from warranty. Well, I guess it was last week we did the planing, but got the replacement. Another 3 years of warranty. Oh, this is now the second day of pretty much pure rain. Yeah, it sucks. Like, pure rain, not getting anything done. Oh, still a miserable raining day that has been pouring all day, and it's meant to get a lot worse in the next half hour. Just want to kind of check out some things in here. The new gloves just getting destroyed. I know that's a low spot. I got a couple beer cans there, kind of doing their thing in the water, floating around. That we knew was a low spot. Of course, all my poles for my scaffolding sitting in the water there. Can't see that being too big of a deal. Galvanized. But I know one thing. Any of these poles here fill with water and freeze, they split. Most common issue with any kind of scaffolding is getting filled with water inside the pipes. So I gotta make sure they're well drained. Oh, yeah, there's about 1.5 inches of water in there, maybe 2 inches. Good thing I got lots of gravel. But over here, it's not too bad. Still have this sitting. I just checked that is considered a non-load bearing wall, of course, so that is fine the way I got that framed. I just, for the hell of it, sent the pictures to the inspector and he said, yeah, no problem. So far everything's looking good. If it wasn't raining, I have a feeling we would have finished all the at least framing. Then I could have been starting on the roof material, but oh, yeah, everything is raining. Or it's still raining, and tomorrow we're meant to get rain too, which sucks. I gotta clear all this out. I got 3 cords of firewood coming in the next few days. Might even be next week, it's hard to say. But all this junk has to be pulled out. I gotta go through all this. Getting, what is it, 2 cords of poplar, 1 cord of oak. That's $1,000 here worth of wood that I could have cut myself if I would have had time. But yep, raining a little bit much. Well, here goes the final wall going up. Got 2 6x6s in that corner. This one will be placed in later. And then we can, everything's square so far-ish. And then we can start bolting everything together and it's going to be fun. We do got to put another 6x6 right there. But so far it's going pretty good. The bottom plates that we cut that go on the bottom here. That end one's a little bit warped from the water, of course. And I kind of don't know if I want to put a level on everything else after the good rain that we just had, but but so far everything's working good, and yeah, pretty happy so far. Well, that wall went up pretty quick. Got already air compressor put away. It's raining again, so got them all screwed together. Got to screw these two joints together here still. Put my top board. Right now, of course, everything's going to be a little loose until we connect everything. Once we put the lags through, it'll be a little bit tighter. I do got, can't really see it, but screws through to the bottom layer. I got these guys through here, joining it together. Bunch them along here. Those are 10-inch timber screws. They're cheap, a little bit cheaper than a standard GRK or whatever, so should be good. Use the clamps first to tighten up the walls together, which I wish we would have actually started doing that on that side. So not until this corner that we decided to do that, but by using the clamps we could get the beams nice and tight together. But okay, well, I guess we're going to start with the top plate. Should have put a block on this guy so it didn't sink in. These clamps are very tight still. Still tight. Well, it doesn't really look any different. We got a slight bowl right here where the wall's 1/2 inch this way. Have to take care of that once we get the other side done. This wall we had to hook a ratchet strap up to the trailer. We were able to pull everything perfectly straight so far, so that's a bonus. Okay, so just finished up doing a double top, straightening all the walls. Got a few spots now. I got 57-inch lag bolts. I just picked those up, so we have enough that we can literally put them in between each of the frames. So probably going to do that. I know it's overkill, but at the same time I want to make sure that's solid, you could say. But looking down the side of the building, it's pretty straight. Looks a little bit higher in that area and lower right here, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. Not once we have the purlins or whatever on the roof. I think that's going to even it out. Also, you can see, maybe you can't, but there's a little bit of a gap between the two bottom sills. The bolts will fix that. It is bowing slightly out in the middle there. Might see it when I walk by here. But so far everything is nice and straight. I got the camera in wide angle right now, so you might not be able to see it. Wide angle somewhat gives a little bit of fisheye. I noticed that when I play back the footage, but yeah, starting to look like something. Just stand back, get a little bit of a shot of it. Clearing out that corner there for firewood that we're getting 3 cords delivered. 1 cord of oak and 2 of poplar. But yeah, starting to look like something, hey? Well, we decided that we're going to put in a 7-inch lag every single spot we could. Might as well use them up. I bought a 225 pack and I bought 19 before, so yeah, that's 69 of them. 69 lag bolts, hey?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and I tried to buy 20 the first time, but they only had 19 in stock, so which sucks because I only got 19 of them. And long story short is every single spot has one, but right there I would have liked to put one, but I mean I don't need them. There's already way too many in here. But I can tell you one thing, I tried to push this building and she don't move. She is rock solid. A little bit wobbly side to side in the middle here, but I mean this way, yeah, she doesn't want to go anywhere. Some of them never went down all the way, but that's just because we failed to blow out all the concrete. The drill bit was more than deep enough. Broke a carbide off one of the bits going through rebar, but other than that, that's the way I'm leaving it for today. I'm quitting. It's 5:45, almost 6 o'clock, and it's a Sunday and I work in the morning. So I was going to take a week off and finish up stuff. Where the timeline that I'm trying to follow is we're behind about a day or two, but we had 2 days of rain. 2 days of rain did it. I wanted to have all the purlins or whatever you call them on the walls all the way across the whole building. That's where I wanted to be at the end of this weekend, but instead we got the greenhouse framed, all the top headers on, and everything's good. But everything is good. This guy is so nice and quiet. And this guy here, oh wow, that makes it so much easier, but it kills batteries. There's 2 that are still inside, but we went through every single battery we killed.
And we only did
50, exactly.
50 holes.
50 holes, yeah. With this bit here, 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, I don't know how long that is, but it's definitely longer than the 7-inch bolts by about an inch or two.
How long that is.
No? Okay, well, what, you're going to let me clean up everything and you're going to go hide? No, you get your butt back out here. Garden is out. All the tomatoes. Working on what's it called, potatoes. But girlfriend started chewing up this because she wants to do the fire pit. So we got leftover concrete. So we're going to pour a cement pad into the dirt and hope for the best. Maybe I'll try to do it a little bit fancier, dig it down a little bit, do the edges maybe with garden edging, I guess, landscape edging. Pool's half taken down, but yeah, garden is pretty much done. You see, all the tomatoes that were there are gone. All the peppers are pretty much gone. And yeah, it's almost that time of the year again. But okay, I guess that's where I'm going to leave this. Again, we're, in my opinion, for the timeline that I set to get this done before winter, I wish I would have had the braces up on the walls. To be honest, this window ended up taking longer than I wanted it to. That's for sure.